Hi! In this video, we'll discuss how to set up and configure the EyeLink 1000 Plus in the desktop mount for high-precision tracking in the head-stabilized mode. Screw the camera to the desktop mount if it's not already attached. Remove the protective cap from the camera and screw in the 35mm lens. It's just like screwing in a light bulb, but make sure to turn the base of the lens and not the focusing ring. Next, plug in the illuminator cables on the back. With the desktop mount, it doesn't matter which cable is plugged into which jack. Just make sure you plug both cables in. Connect the power cable to the eye tracker and to an outlet. We suggest using an outlet with surge protection. Connect the black Ethernet cable to the eye tracker and to the host PC. Connect the blue Ethernet cable between the host PC and the display PC. Set the IP address on your display PC to 100.1.1.2 and set the subnet mask to 255.255.255.0. In the desktop mount, the trackable range of the system is 32 degrees of visual angle horizontally by 25 degrees vertically. Position the monitor so it falls within this range. The distance from the participant's eye to the monitor should be at least 1.75 times the monitor width. Ours is 53 centimeters wide, so we used a distance of about 93 centimeters. You'll want to have a table that's long enough for the participant to sit comfortably at this distance from the monitor. Next, we'll want to position our chin rest on the edge of the table. Center it horizontally on the monitor, then clamp it firmly to the edge of the table using the bottom knob. Note that some tables have a lip around the bottom that makes it difficult to affix the chin rest, so try to find a table with a flat bottom. For the best tracking, we'll want the participant's eyes to be level with the top quarter of the screen. We can put a participant in place so their eyes are at this level, then adjust the forehead rest so it's comfortable, roughly in the middle of the forehead. The simplest way to ensure consistency across participants is to keep the forehead rest at a fixed height. This makes it easy to assure that all participants' eyes will be at the same level. You can use a chair with adjustable height, lowering the chair for taller participants and raising it for shorter participants. Then you can simply raise the chin pad so the participant's head is comfortable and supported, then tighten the knobs to fix it into place. Position the eye tracker so the distance from the top knob to the chin pad is 50 to 55 centimeters, and so the bottom knob is centered horizontally on the front of the monitor. Then adjust the height of the eye tracker so it is as high as possible without blocking the participant's view of the display. There, that looks good. Next, we need to give the eye tracker some information about the physical setup. Start up the host PC. It will automatically boot into the EyeLink software. We can quit to the file manager by clicking the Exit EyeLink button on the offline screen, or pressing the Ctrl, Alt, and Q keys on the keyboard. From the File Manager, click the Configuration button. Then click the Screen Settings button. First, we'll measure the screen dimensions. We want to measure the width and height of the monitor in millimeters. Make sure you're measuring only the screen and not to the edge of the case. This monitor is 530 millimeters wide by 298 millimeters tall. We don't actually need to set the display resolution, as it's best to send this from your experimental paradigm. If you're using Experiment Builder, this is done automatically and you don't need to worry about it. If you're using another software, you can see the example projects included with the EyeLink Developers Kit. Next, we'll measure the eye to screen distance. Put a participant in position and measure from their eye directly to the top edge of the monitor. Enter this value into the top box. We've got 932 millimeters here. Then measure from the eye to the bottom edge of the screen. Enter this distance into the bottom box. Here I've got 955 millimeters. If we're only using the tracker with the chin rest and not using remote mode, then we don't need to enter the camera to screen distance. So you can save your settings and then you're ready to start tracking.